Love Lies Bleeding is a brand new 2024 film directed by Rose Glass. This is Rose Glass's second directional project, the first one being Saint Maud, which I absolutely loved. So this is the second film she co-wrote and directed. It also stars Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien. This film has actually a really good cast. Dave Franco also shows up in here, does a really good job in his role, looks a lot like his brother. I swear they're almost like twins, especially when they take on a lot of the same kind of roles. Ed Harris is in here. He plays a crazy role, kind of totally disappears into his character. We've got, haven't seen too much of her work, but we've got Jenna Malone in here as well. Basically, this film is wild, and I enjoyed the hell out of this one. I enjoyed this one probably more than Saint Maud, as much as I loved Saint Maud. This is such a great return to form from Rose Glass, and this is really showing the kind of talent this woman has behind the camera and you know, directing a high energy, high octane film kind of thing. And I don't mean that in the sense of like an action blockbuster. I just mean a film with a lot of tension and a lot of tension and a lot going on, you know, with the plot and everything. So what we have going on here, basically, this has Kristen Stewart, like I said. She is working at this gym, and she meets this girl played by Katie O'Brien, who is really into bodybuilding, and they form a relationship, a romantic relationship, and Kristen Stewart really starts to fall for Katie O'Brien's character. It's really hard to say where things go from there without hitting spoiler territory, because this film is one I suggest going into completely blind. Even if you watch the trailer is very deceiving, which I actually liked. If you've seen the trailer makes this film out to be like a seemingly like a road movie, but a lot more dark and a lot more twisted, kind of like a Thelma and Louise style movie, but darker. It's not. It's a totally different kind of movie with a totally different kind of plot. And I liked the marketing in that, where they definitely took you on kind of a loop with what they showed in the trailer, which should be like what all trailers are like, but unfortunately a lot of them today are not, and they pretty much give the whole movie away. This one does not. So they meet and they start to fall heavy for each other and influence and kind of grow with each other. There's an event going on in Las Vegas that Katie O'Brien's character wants to attend. And then I'll just say family of Kristen Stewart. There's a lot of bad blood going on, and this film's character development I can't praise enough. This film plays out literally like a very chunky novel. Like, it just goes so in depth with every character in the movie, and the things that happen just keep taking you on left turns. Like, things will switch right up. Beautiful, beautiful cinematography. Every performance is fantastic. This film has certain moments. If you've seen the David Cronenberg film, it has a lot of certain moments with still shots and choices of music that feel Cronenberg to me. It does feel very Rose Glass as well. If you've seen Saint Maud, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Just the aesthetic of like the still cinematographies and the color palettes and color choices and music choices that are used definitely give me that Cronenberg vibe, and I really liked that. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've seen a Cronenberg film, I mean. But this film is so wild, and it just keeps getting wilder, and I like, there's twists that happen, but it's more than that. It's just the way characters grow. Everybody has a character arc, really, and there's moments where people will just start showing their acting chops, and people will go bigger than you expect them to go. And this film is like almost a 5 star for me. It didn't quite hit that on its first viewing, but I pretty much loved everything about this film. And I will say one thing about the very ending of the film, the very like last 10 minutes, which a lot of people have been saying. There's something that happens. It's very brief, and it's not too relevant, but it just, for me, I found that, and this is going to divide people again, for me, I found that this event just changed the tone of the film way too much. And it's a very strange moment. It's not meant to be taken literally. I totally got what they were doing with it. It's very metaphorical, but it just changes tone, and then like the movie goes right till like the final 10 minutes, and then you have this thing happen that totally changes tone of the film that you were like seeing, and then the film goes back to the tone again that it has been going up to that point. And when I say changes tone, I mean changes tone. Like you're watching this thing that happens and you're like, why is this in this movie? This is so left field for what I've been watching for the last like hour and 40 minutes. This is crazy. So that's going to divide people. And for me, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But everybody's going to be different. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to find it crazy. Like I said, I get it, and it makes sense for the film, but it was also very weird. So that's all I got to say about Love Lies Bleeding. It's not a film I want to talk about too much when it comes to plot, because this film is full of surprises, and I'd rather people experience that for themselves. This is way too early to talk about too much detail about this film. I probably said a little too much already, but you can't always do a fully spoiler-free review unless I literally sit like this. Go watch Love Lies Bleeding. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice. That would be an actual spoiler-free review, but if you want to know nothing, just don't watch reviews, period. That's what I do, so. But I try my best here. I try my best to be spoiler-free all the time because I'm a spoiler hater myself. But that's all I got, so I highly recommend going out to see it somewhere, wherever you can. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice, if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.